All right, so let's find ourselves in a comfortable seated position. I have two blocks, I have water, I have my blanket. I'm going to sit on a block to elevate my hips because my hips are always tight. So start to notice the room that we're in, notice the lighting, notice the sounds, notice the people you're with or not with. And as you're sitting, you're either sitting cross-legged, you could be sitting on your shins with your sit bones on your heels, whichever way feels comfortable. And you start to notice the space, the air on your skin, sounds of the house. And start to bring that in towards the center of your body. So all that stuff that was outside, we bring in and we notice and we use what we need and kind of put off to the side what we don't need, that's not serving us right now. It's easy to say, not necessarily easy to do though. Start to notice your breath coming in through your nose, maybe out through your mouth or out through your nose with your mouth closed. Notice the rise and fall of your chest and your abdomen. Let's check in with our body. So do a quick body scan starting at your feet and just noticing how your body feels right now, sitting here on this mat. Not how it felt yesterday, not how you hope it feels tomorrow or at the end of class, how it feels right now. And then when you reach your head, let's check in with our brain. How is our state of being? How are we feeling this morning? Taking a deep breath and sigh it out. Just let things go. Maybe raise your shoulders up to your ears as you breathe in and sigh it out. Just let it go. Let's take the arms out to the side, palms facing up. And as we breathe in, bring the arms up overhead, touch the fingertips, pause, reverse the hands, exhale, arms down. And we're doing this all in one breath. So the movement of the arms is one breath. So bring your arms up in one breath, in, reverse the hands, exhale. One more time, reverse the hands, palms up, breathe in, arms up overhead. Reverse the hands, exhale, hands down. Just place your hands on the right thigh, gentle twist to the right. Taking a deep breath, exhale, come center, inhale over to the left, twist. And be gentle because we're just starting. Taking a deep breath, exhale, come center. Hands on your knees, let's do some seated cat-cow. So open the chest, bring the shoulders down, lift the chin, inhale. Exhale, round the back, bring the chin to the chest, push the knees away. Do a couple of those on your own. Connecting with the breath. Let's do one more cow, one more cat, and then come to center. Let's clasp the hands, interlace the fingers, do some wrist circles. Maybe pull your fingers back a little bit. Fingers down, fingers up. Get those wrists going. Let's bring the arms out in front, cross right over left at the elbow, bend the elbows up into our eagle arms. Grab the upper thumb, which I think is the right thumb. When they're interlaced like that, I can't tell. So you're bringing your elbows up and pushing your elbows forward so that your shoulder blades roll off the sides of your back. And just hold here and breathe deeply and feel your chest and your back expand. One more breath in. Exhale, let that go. Shake it out. Bring your hands forward again, left over right. Bend at the elbows. Grab the upper thumb, which is the left thumb. Bring the elbows up and out. And when we do these movements, when we do these poses, notice how things feel different on each side that you do them. And just notice it. Taking a deep breath. Exhale, let that go. Shake out your arms. Let's place our fingers right in front of where we're sitting and tent the fingers and start to walk yourself out forward, bending at the waist, trying to keep your hips in the same place. And just go as far as your body is allowing you to go this morning. And as you breathe on an exhale, maybe you can melt a little bit more. Going just as far as your body wants you to go this morning. Just taking a deep breath. Exhale and walk yourself back up to seated. Let's get our neck involved here. Let's drop the chin to the chest. Bring the right ear to the right shoulder. And the left ear to the left shoulder, rolling. You want a little bit more of a stretch. Bring your opposite arm out. So if your left shoulder is at your left ear, your right arm is reaching out. And then go over to the other side. Reach out with your opposite arm. You feel that, right? Yeah, maybe one or two more. And then come back to neutral. All right, so let's find tabletop position at the top of the mat. Notice your alignment. Fingers are spread. My middle fingers are pointing directly ahead. I'm gripping the mat with my fingers. I'm not just, just having the hands there. I'm actively using my hands. My shoulders are over my wrists. Hips are over my knees. Tops of my feet are on the floor. And let's rock forward and rock back. Go as far as you can. We're still working on those wrists and starting to incorporate the hips and the knees. If you want to do some circles, you can go side and back, side and up. And go the opposite way. Ouch. The instructor shouldn't say ouch, should you? I don't know. All right, let's come to neutral. Bring the right arm out to the side and up. So we're going up the clock. Maybe we get to 10 o'clock. We get to 11 o'clock. You can always bend your elbow too. That might help a little bit in your opening up. But if you can get all the way to 12 o'clock, good for you. And just open up, take a deep breath. Exhale, bring that arm down and thread the needle through, placing the right shoulder on the mat, noticing, and also the right side of your head, noticing your hips, trying to keep them in line with your heels. If you want to, if it's in your practice, you can extend that left arm above your head, tent your fingers, and put your mind in your right shoulder. If you feel some tension there, some resistance, try to let it go. Let it melt into the mat. Maybe reach a little bit further with your left arm if your left arm is out. Taking a deep breath. On an exhale, bring that left arm back by your face. Push up. Bring the right arm out and up. Maybe it goes a little bit further this time. And then bring that arm back down. Let's do the same on the other side. Left arm out and up, going up the clock. 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, maybe 12 o'clock. And then bring that arm down, threading through, placing the left shoulder on the mat, left side of your head on the mat. Again, squaring your hips to the heels. If it's in your practice, you can extend your right arm straight above your head, tenting your fingers, coming up on your fingertips. Maybe reaching a little bit further. Again, putting your mind in that left shoulder. Every time I put my mind in my left shoulder, or my shoulder, it relaxes. As soon as my mind goes there. Hello. Taking a deep breath, bring that right hand back by your nose, push up, left arm comes out and up. And then on an exhale, bring that arm down next to the right. Let's lift the right leg, keeping the knee bent. So lifting it as high as you can without swaying your back. So you don't want to have a sway back. You want to keep your back long while lifting your leg as high as you can. Bring the knee out to the right side. And then bring it back down. So we're doing some circles here with the hips. So bring the knee up, out to the side, and down. Trying not to bend the elbows at all when we do this. How's that wrist thing working? You're trying it, thank you. And back down one more time. And then bring the knee back down. Let's extend the right foot to the end of the mat, roll over the toes, push the heel back as you're pushing the front of the mat away with your hands. And then lift the right leg, bring it all the way across, placing the right foot on the outside of the left side of the mat. So we have a cross here between our knee and our leg. And push, you can push that heel back in space while trying to keep your hips in the same place. If it's in your practice, you can look over your shoulder at your heel. And then let's lift the leg and bring that foot to the top of the mat. So right foot top of the mat. And we're in a 90-90. 90 with my right leg, 90 with my left knee on the mat. grab your blocks if you have your blocks handy. What would you do without her? You're confused.
I thought we were doing this, and then I looked.
Yeah. Okay. That brings up a good point. We usually do gate pose, but guess what?
Not like the others.
Guess what? I didn't do gate pose. You have to listen to Simon. Simon says. Um, so with your blocks, using your blocks as stabilizers, extend that right foot out, straightening the right leg, coming into half splits. So I'm using the blocks just to stabilize myself. You don't need blocks. So quickly, if you can, take your hands and put them on the tops of your hips, so those hip crests, the iliac crest, and just try to pull your hips back in space as you lean forward. Do you feel a little bit more of a stretch in your hamstring when you do that?
Yes.
Yeah, you can say no. You know, if you can't balance doing that, just hang on to the blocks, but try to pull your hips back in space. Take in one more deep breath. And on an exhale, come all the way up, rebend the right leg. And come back up. Now, let's bend the left leg, bringing the heel towards your butt. And you can take both hands back and grab your foot and just pull it back into your butt. So you can use both hands. Now, keep your right hand there and take your left hand and place it on the mat by your right foot, and then open up to the right. Yep, good, good, good. Now, if you want a little bit more, roll over on the blade of your right foot and open up your hip. So you're bringing the right knee out and opening up like you're doing a butterfly pose. Now bring that right knee back in and slowly, gently let go of that foot and bring the torso all the way up. Bring hands to prayer. And let's hook the left elbow on the outside of the right knee and do a twist to the right. So my thumbs are endeavoring to come to my sternum. Taking a deep breath. And on an exhale, come back forward. Return the right knee next to the left. And come back into our tabletop. Let's raise the left leg, keep the knee bent. Bring the left knee out to the side and down, so do your hip circles on the left side. One more hip circle and then bring your knee back down in line with the other knee. Extend the left foot to the end of the mat, roll over your toes. Push the front of the mat away as you push your heel back to the wall behind you. Lift the left leg, bring it across to the right side of the mat, placing the toes on the outside of the right side of the mat. Heels should be pointed towards the ceiling. It's in your practice. You can try pushing that heel back as you keep your hips in the same place. If it's in your practice, you can look over your shoulder at your heel. Raise that left leg. We are not going into gate pose. And bring that left foot to the top of the mat. And if you have your blocks handy, use your blocks to help you stabilize as you straighten the left leg, coming into half splits, starting to bend at the waist, keeping the back long. If you want to try that hands on the hips move, pulling your hips back in space as you lean forward. Again, trying to keep the back long so we're not rounding the back, trying to bring our forehead to our knees that way. One more deep breath. On an exhale, come all the way up, rebend the front leg. And bend the left foot up towards your hands. So grab your ankle with your hands, both hands, and pull your heel in towards your butt. You can stay right here, or if it's in your practice, grab your foot with your left hand and place your right hand on the mat next to your left foot and start to open up to the left. Okay, so you want to grab with your opposite. Yeah, there you go. And if it's in your practice, you can roll over on the blade of your left foot and open up that hip to the left. So you're bringing your knee on the outside of the mat, sort of. Taking a deep breath, bring the leg back straight and gently let go of that right foot, bringing your torso up. Hands to prayer. And twist to the left, hooking the right elbow on the outside of the left knee. And then endeavoring to bring your thumbs towards your sternum as you twist. Look towards the ceiling where the ceiling meets the wall. One more deep breath. On an exhale, come straight forward. Bring the knees together. And let's stay up in this position for just a moment. Take your left hand. Well, first of all, roll your toes under so that you're on your toes. The tops of your feet are off of the mat. Take your left hand and grab your left heel, and then sweep your right arm across your body, coming into this half camel. And then bring the right hand back down, sweeping across your body again. Then place your right hand on your right heel and let your left arm sweep across. You're reaching back and coming back to center. So let's pause here for a second and talk about the neck. So when you're back like this, try to think about your neck being in a neutral position. So you don't want it back like this, so you're kinking your back and you don't want it too far forward. So find that nice, sweet spot where it doesn't kink up and doesn't bother you. Place your left hand on your left heel, sweep your right arm across, leaning back as far as you can go. Come back forward, right hand, right heel, left arm sweeps. And come back. Let's do one more each side. And one more on the other side. And then come back to center, and let's find ourselves in our tabletop. Okay. Anybody need a sip of water? So we're in our tabletop. Let's curl the toes under, lift the knees, and push back into a down dog. While we're here, I'm not worried about your form for your down dog. Let's just pedal our feet back and forth, loosening up the Achilles. Maybe bring your knee over to the side, the opposite side. So left knee over to the right side, right knee over to the left side. And bend the knees, push the hips back in space so our knees are still pretty bent. My heels are off the floor. Arms are framing my ears. Now start to straighten the legs and bring the heels towards the floor. The heels may or may not touch the floor. That's not a big deal. Let's come up on the toes and tiptoe all the way to the top of the mat. And we're in our forward fold at the top of the mat. Let's make our way all the way up to standing, chin to chest, head comes up last. Taking a deep breath and roll the shoulders back a couple of times. Roll the shoulders forward a couple of times. Nice. Bring hands to prayer, please. So we're in our mountain pose. Lift your toes a couple of times. Notice that was me. Notice the ball of your foot, of your big toe mound. Notice the blade of your foot. Notice your heels. That's your 3-point foundation on your feet. Notice your hips. Your legs should be internally rotated. Engage your abs. Squeeze your butt cheeks a little bit. Spine is long. Neck is long. Mountain pose is not a passive pose. Arms out to the side. Breathe in. Bring the arms up overhead. Grab the left wrist with the right hand and bend over to the right. Exhale, come center. Grab the opposite wrist. Go over to the left. And exhale, come center. Bend the knees, forward fold. Exhale as you come down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees slightly. And inhale, bring the arms out to the side and up overhead. Hands meet in prayer. Exhale, hands to heart center. Arms out to the side and up overhead. Breathe in. Bend the knees. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms out to the side and up overhead. Hands meet. Exhale, hands to heart center, prayer. Arms out to the side and up overhead. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, hands to the top of the mat, left leg to the back of the mat, right leg to the back of the mat. Hold in this plank. And let's roll forward over the toes and lower all the way to the mat, hugging your elbows in towards your ribs. And then let's come up into half or baby cobra. So bringing the shoulders down, and you'll feel your shoulder blades meet. Your elbows are slightly bent. Elbows are in by your ribs. Curl the toes, push back. So you're pushing your hips back towards your heels. Lift the knees and come into down dog. Stay here for a couple of breaths. And your down dog doesn't need to be static. You can pedal your feet. You can readjust your hips. Let's come up on the toes. Look to the top of the mat and tiptoe to the top of the mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms out to the side and up overhead. Hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we're going to do that again, but let's try to connect each movement with one breath. Arms out to the side and up overhead. Breathe in. Bend the knees. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, hands to the top of the mat. Inhale, both legs back. Pause in our plank here. Roll forward over the toes. Hug the elbows in. Go all the way to the floor. Taking a deep breath. Exhale, come up to baby cobra. Taking a deep breath. Curl the toes. Exhale all the way to down dog. Come up on the toes. Look to the top of the mat. Tiptoe to the top of the mat. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms out to the side and up overhead. Hands meet. Exhale, hands to heart center. Arms out to the side and up overhead. Breathe in. Bend the knees. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, hands to the top of the mat. Left leg to the back of the mat, right leg to the back of the mat. Roll forward over the toes. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, come up, baby cobra. And exhale to down dog. Come up on the toes, look at the top of the mat, tiptoe to the top of the mat. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms all the way up to the top. Hands meet in prayer. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right. Readjust your feet. Make sure they're hip distance. Let's place the hands on the hips. And we're going to lean forward slightly, bending the knees. And then continue to sit down into chair pose. But we have our hands on our hips, yes? So go down only as far as you feel comfortable. I mean, if you feel comfortable going all the way down to, sitting on a chair, that's fine. Now, if it's in your practice, take your hands and bring them up. So this is our chair pose. Now your neck should be continuing your long spine. If you're looking up, you're gonna put a kink in your neck and it's not gonna be fun. Taking a deep breath. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, hands to the top of the mat. Extend the left leg to the back of the mat. Bring the left knee to the mat, uncurl the toes, and come up into kneeling crescent. Bring the hands to the top of the mat, curl the toes, lift the knee, bring the right leg to the back of the mat. Come forward on the toes, hug the elbows in and all the way to the mat. Bring the chest all the way to the mat. Come up into baby cobra. Curl the toes, push the hips back into down dog. Let's raise the let's raise the left leg in the air. Bend the knee and open the hip to the left. You can do some ankle circles, some foot circles here. Square the hips to the mat. Bring the left knee to the chest. Look at the top of the mat and bring the left foot to the top of the mat. Right knee comes to the mat, uncurl the toes, come up into crescent pose, kneeling crescent pose on the right. And bring both hands to the top of the mat. Curl the toes, lift the right knee, and then bring the right foot to the top of the mat. And notice we're in a chair pose here. Just bring the arms up. And then hands to prayer at heart center and come all the way up. Couple of breaths here. Hands to hips. Bend slightly forward. Bring your hips down into chair. You can leave your hands on your hips. Or you can bring your arms up. Taking a deep breath. Forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, come up halfway. Hands to the top of the mat. Extend the right leg to the back of the mat. Ground the right knee, uncurl the toes. Come up into kneeling crescent. Let's bring the hands forward. And bring the right arm back. Bring the right arm back forward. Left arm back. Maybe you follow the thumb with your eyes, maybe you don't. Bring that left arm back forward. Hands to the top of the mat, curl the toes, lift the right knee, bring the left foot to the back of the mat. We're in our plank. Roll forward over the toes, hug the elbows in, come all the way down to the mat. And an exhale, come up into cobra. And then curl the toes, lift the knees, push back into down dog. Lift the right leg in the air. Bend the knee, open the hip to the right. Again, if you want to do some foot circles here. Square the hips to the mat, bring the right knee to the chest. Look to the top of the mat and bring the right foot to the top of the mat. Bring the left knee to the mat, uncurl the left toes, coming up into crescent pose. You doing okay over here? I'm not hearing anything from you guys. Let's bring the bring the arms forward, touch the palms. Bring the left arm all the way back. Maybe you follow the thumb with your eyes. Bring the left arm forward. Right arm back. Maybe you follow the thumb with your eyes. And bring that hand forward. Place both hands at the top of the mat. Curl the toes. Bring the right, oops, I'm sorry. Bring that right foot back. Bring the left foot to the top of the mat. We're in our chair pose. And then bring the hands up. Bring hands to prayer and come all the way up. Hope that didn't confuse you guys or make your brains explode. Sorry about that. Good for you. That's part of being yogi, is going with the flow. Arms out to the side and up overhead. Breathe in. Bend the knees. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, hands to the top of the mat. Right leg to the back of the mat. Left leg to the back of the mat. Let's bring the knees to the outsides of the mat. Touch the big toes. And push back into child's pose. And remember, for child's pose, you can always have a block underneath your sit bones. And you can always have a block underneath your forehead for support. Let's come back up into our tabletop. Cross the ankles. Push your hips over your ankles into a seated position. And readjust so that your heels are at the top of the mat or the bottom of the mat, depending on how you view your mat. So we're in a seated forward fold. Spine is long. Shoulders are down. Toes are facing towards the ceiling. Let's bend the knees, bring the heels in a little bit, and start to bring your chest onto your thighs. And your hands, grab the ankles and just pull yourself forward, keeping your spine long. Now, if it's in your practice, you can place your hands on your toes, on the top of your feet, and start to walk the heels out, straightening the legs to the extent that you can straighten them, but keeping your back in that same long position. You need to readjust your hands and put them on your ankles or your shins. Maybe with each out breath, you melt a little bit further forward. Taking a deep breath and slowly, slowly come all the way up. Let's bend the left knee, bringing the left foot on the outside of the right knee. Wrap your right arm around that left knee. Left hand comes all the way back, placing the left hand in the middle of the mat. And scooch that left hand in towards your tailbone so that your torso is up straight. Start to gaze over your left shoulder, pulling that knee in towards center. Right toes pointing towards the ceiling. Taking a deep breath. On an exhale, come all the way over to the right side. Doing a counter twist. Come back to center. Place the left ankle on the right knee. Left hand on top of your left knee. Cradle your left foot with your right hand. And we're gently pushing that knee down towards the mat as you lean forward at the waist. Again, keeping the back long. Right toes should be pointed towards the ceiling. Taking a deep breath. Exhale, come all the way up. Extend the left heel to the end of the mat. Bend the right knee. Bring the right foot on the outside of the left knee. Wrap your left arm around that knee. Bring the right hand to the back, placing it in the middle of the mat. Scooch it towards your tailbone to keep your torso up straight. Gaze over your right shoulder. Pull the knee in towards center. And engage that left foot so the toes are pointing towards the ceiling. Taking a deep breath. On an exhale, come all the way forward and then all the way over to the left. Counter twist. Come back to center. Place the right ankle on the left knee. Right hand on top of the knee. Left hand cradles your foot. Gently push that knee towards the mat. And bending at the waist, start to lean forward. And again, like I've said before, notice the difference between each side. It's an awareness. It's a noticing. It's not a judging. Taking a deep breath. On an exhale, come all the way back up. Extend the right heel to the end of the mat. And slowly start to lower yourself all the way to the mat. Head hits the mat last. Let me push a block near you. Grab a block. Were you anticipating Shavasana? You guys are way ahead of me. All right, so we're on our back, have a block close by. Let's bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Place your hands palm down next to your body and find the fingertips with your heels. Find the middle fingertip with your heel. And then take that block, place it between your knees on the low, long setting. And start to squeeze your knees in towards the center of that block. Push the palms down into the floor and raise the hips up into bridge pose, squeezing the glutes together, bringing your belly button in towards your spine, which means you're engaging your abs. Now, if you want a little bit more intensity, come up onto your toes. If you feel a cramp, come back down, re-engage. And bring the heels back to the floor. Slowly lower your hips. Let's do that one more time. Push the knees in towards center. Push the palms into the floor. Raise the hips. Engage the glutes. Engage your abs. You can stay right here. Or if it's in your practice, you can come up on your toes. Toes, toes. Starting to talk like I'm from Wisconsin. Toes. And lower the heels if you have your heels up. Slowly lower your hips. Remove the block. Bring the blades of your feet to the outside of the mat. And let's do some windshield wipers. So bring your knees over to the left and over to the right. And let's do one more with the block. Take the block and place it underneath your sacrum. So right at the top of your tailbone there. Place your hands again where they were for a bridge pose, palms down. Bring your legs up, keep the knees bent, so we're in a tabletop. Find your comfortable position here, and then raise the feet towards the ceiling. Find your balance point. Find that point where you don't have to think about your feet. So they're not going over your head, they're not going too far back. Just bend the knees, slowly bring the soles of the feet back to the floor. Remove the block. Bring the heels to the opposite corners. Bring your hands alongside your body, palms facing up. Coming into Shavasana. Starting to notice how your body feels. Starting to do a bit of a body scan. If you find resistance, just notice it and try to let it melt into the mat, letting gravity help. Noticing your face muscles, let your face muscles relax, jaws relaxed. Start to bring some movement to your fingers and your toes. Have an option of bringing your arms over your head, hooking your thumbs, giving yourself a big stretch. Rolling over to, or bringing the soles of your feet to the floor, bending your knees. Rolling over to one side or the other, cradling your head in your bicep. And just pausing. And when you're ready, come up to a comfortable seated position. And bring hands to prayer, thumbs at your sternum, at heart center, bow your head. And I like to find gratitude at the end of a practice. Gratitude that I was able to move my body. Gratitude that I have the space to practice in. Gratitude for the people around me. Taking a deep breath. Exhale. And try to carry this yoga practice out into the world, being present and being aware. Yeah, it's hard. It's not easy. Guys, have a great day. Hey, you're welcome.
Oh, yeah. Yes.